was a little girl, didn't care much about the girls. I was always one of the boys, playing with toys, running, fighting with my brothers, giving a hard time to my mother. Just a happy child, being carefree, climbing up the trees. Then came my first year in school. All was so exciting and new. Didn't care that I was the last girl waiting for my turn. Unwritten rules, whole skipping rope. Why these girls let down my hopes? Was no single thing wrong about me, but I could pull it around, pull it around. So I thought they know better. Someday I will be one who's strong and free. Play with me before school is over, alone in the forum, waiting for someone to notice you. Play with me before the day is over. See, I'm strong enough to stand here. I'm the last one, last girl in the queue. When I went to high school, changing places, changing rules, had a feeling that everything might turn out right. Got new friends on and offline, having good grades I did fine. Didn't waste my time on school boys, too much noise. Oh, but I got butterflies each time he passed me by. Did not see all of the bad signs in front of my eyes. Oh, he gave me promises and I gave him what he needs. Soon I found out I wasn't the only one. He was fooling around, fooling around. So I thought I can do better. Someday I will be one who's strong and free. Play with me before school is over, alone in the forum, waiting for someone to notice you. Play with me before the day is over. See, I'm strong enough to stand here. I'm the last one, last girl in the queue.
To come up with.
Absolutely. I mean, thank you so much for taking the time, because I know how busy you are. All over Finland at the moment, aren't you? So
Can you get me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
So,
I know this connection is not the best. I'm using my mobile data and
oh, that's okay. We're doing okay.
okay, good.
Right. So, first of all, I remember seeing you a few years ago, Erja, at the Robin 2, and I have to say that night you blew the roof off the place, and it was amazing. And I remember thinking back then, finally, some really good female blues musicians. And I just thought, yes, absolutely. The time has come for women to put their stamp on blues once and for all. Not that I'm being sexist towards the guys in the blues community, but it's so good to hear, and you're not afraid to get out there and shred with the best of them as well.
I simply love playing guitar. I love being on stage. I love the vibe. I love the interaction with the audience, the playing with my great band, and just being in the music. You know, I started to play live when I was around 15 years old. I joined my parents' band. They had a dance band, and I was fortunate enough to experience live music since I was 15 years old. I mean, like, I had been going to the concerts, of course, before that. My parents took me to rock concerts since I was 11 years old or something. So, thank you, my parents. I've had a very cool childhood and and good upbringing when it comes to being
Certainly.
you know, uh, I was never pushed to do music or practice my violin or whatever. My parents just let me be who I am, and they was just, and they still are supporting me and to whatever I'm doing. So I've had the love for the music since I was a kid, and I'm still very enthusiastic about every shows I do. So it's kind of it's a good way to keep yourself a bit like childish in a way that look
Rock
at
and roll
each,
does keep you young.
yeah, it does, and kind of be that childish enthusiasm every gig you play.
So what? So you mentioned the violin. So what made you move from the violin to the guitar?
Well, I played classical violin 7 years, and uh, yeah, it's just when I turned 14 years old, it just didn't do anything for me. I felt like, okay, there must be something else, and it wasn't really interesting me. It was really strict, and I had two teachers during the last year when I was playing violin, and so and all of the teenage hormones were kicking in, and then I found my father's guitar, and that was it. But it wasn't the acoustic guitar. I wanted to play electric guitar. So I started to borrow music sheets from library and listen to music. Back then we were listening to cassettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was borrowing those and just listening to them and playing some evergreen rock songs and so on. And I enjoyed it very much. And at the same token, I started to write my own music. So guitar kind of inspired me to write stuff. So that was cool.
What stage during your exploration of the guitar did you first try slide? Because I mean that really is where you truly excel. I mean you're known as the queen of slide guitar for going crying out loud. So, uh, When was that something you just kind of experimented with and fell into, or did you think I want to learn slide guitar?
This is really funny thing because I've been going to loads of guitar lessons, and nobody really taught me to play slide guitar.
Mm.
But I remember this day when I was studying in conservatory, and I was doing my kind of like what's the degree? It was like a music pop jazz music leadership school.
Yeah.
I was doing, and I was sitting in the class, and there was somebody had left their slide bottleneck to the classroom. I don't know who was that, because I didn't know much of people who played slide in that school. And I just picked it up and I started to play. I was, this feels really like fascinating, and it kind of started from there. And I said to my teacher, who was teaching me regular guitar things, like everybody were, all the teachers always taught you regular guitar things, no slide guitar. I said, I want to learn slide guitar. This feels like really interesting. So he said, okay, I cannot really play slide, but I'll give you some tips and hints where to start with. And so I just started to do that on my own, trying to get the intonation, get the right pitch, and get the good sound, and mute the strings and all that stuff. And I remember it really fascinated me, and it might be one of the reasons that I never really got any lessons for slide, that I don't have boundaries with it. It's like it's just such an open world for me to explore new
As
things.
it should be. I mean, the blues is wide open to interpretation. I think that the more you study it, I mean, some people really do intently kind of go down into the history, don't they, and study it, and they know exactly how Lightning Hopkins did this particular part. Or I think you lose what they had, which was they just went for it. They just play from the heart and soul, really, like you do.
Oh, thank you. Well, I really enjoy being in the moment on stage with my guitar. You have to be really open and honest, and then something incredible might happen. And now when I'm kind of getting older and getting more experienced, I'm still trying to push myself to do things differently. And one example might be the new album.
There are some very different parts on that.
Yeah, I didn't want to just play my regular licks or riffs on it, but just try to do something new and refreshing on each song.
I mean,
from my point of view.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got to talk about the new album, of course. It's called Waiting for the Daylight, isn't it?
Waiting for the Daylight, yeah.
There must be a reason why it's called Waiting for the Daylight. I mean, everyone will have their own version of that, I'm quite sure, but I want to hear from you. Why did you call it Waiting for the Daylight?
I think it just perfectly reflects this time being and those past 2.5 years, where me and other musicians and cultural people have been forced to be, the ability for us to play live was taken away from us, really. And we had to kind of just live with it and live with that uncertainty. And I think that must have touched so many of us deeply. I'm a very positive person. I'm trying to think things very optimistic. But even I went down, with my feelings, and I went very, very deep into the dark. And I think that must have touched so many of us deeply. I'm a very positive person. I'm trying to think things very optimistic. But even I went down, with my feelings, and I went very, very deep into the dark. And I think that must have touched so many of us deeply. Um, well, I was just going a lot of deep emotions, and probably because of that, many of the songs on the album, they are quite heavy, and the topics are quite deep.
Mm.
So I had the need to sing about those feelings and put that on the music. And I think it succeeded quite well. And Waiting for the Daylight is we were waiting for that light to come for us. And,
Yeah.
at the same token, the song lyrics, I started to write them a couple of years ago, and it's about this beautiful death. A beautiful creature is coming to you and relieving you from your earthly pains. And I've lost a couple of friends to a long-term illnesses.
Mm.
So I also dedicated this song for them, and when I was playing the solo and singing the song as well, I was simply crying because it was so emotional in many ways. So there's a lot of passion on this track.
Yeah, it does sound it. There is a real. It's too easy on a blues album is to say, "Look what I can do. I've got a few lyrics, but now I'm going to play my arse off, and you're going to have to sit and listen to it." I'm a as a guitarist, I'm just as guilty of that. But you, you have such wonderful lyrics as well. You make people stop and listen to the words you're singing as well, and that's a rare talent in amongst a lot of blues musicians. They rely
You give
totally.
me chills.
You do. I mean, a lot just rely totally on their capabilities as a guitarist, whereas I think you do wear your heart very much on your sleeve when you write lyrics, and that's why a lot of the songs do make the hair stand on the back of your head sometimes. I mean, it was a shame really the way lockdown happened for you, because I mean you were very much on a roll as well. I mean, you were just going from success to success, and it was just like so I can perfectly understand how it would make you feel down, but this is 2022 now, and you've got fantastic new album, and I've got to say I've heard it, and it is brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
And a tour, you're going up, you're here, there, and everywhere in Finland. The list goes on and on of the dates. Yeah, I don't know how you have time to sleep, let alone do anything else. And you're coming over to the UK, which I am seriously chuffed about, because we love you to bits over here. And
Oh,
and
can't wait to come to you.
yeah, and we'll see you again, because we'll be at the Robin 2 again. Going, "Whistles."
Yay.
You've waited until the third sort of single release. I'm an old person. I have singles to release the title track. Was that an intentional thing with you, or was it like, I want to get these others out the way before I do this really deep track?
Well, I think it was just timing, and it was nice to put out Babsy in June, because it's a groovy song you can dance to,
Yeah.
and it was festival season starting, so we were thinking this is perfect track for the summer, and we even came up with this choreography for the music video where
It's
these
very
line
cool.
dancers are
Yeah.
doing this thing. I haven't. Some people have been trying to dance that on some of the shows. I'm wondering, will Brits do that as well? Well, we'll see. But yeah, so we thought that's just a perfect opener for the album, and give people something to digest. And then the second track, Last Girl, it goes to the school world, and it's about bullying and being left out of the group. So which is a really important topic.
Absolutely.
yeah, and I wanted to sing about it, and the song and the lyrics just started to pour from me, and it was very fascinating to create all the guitar riffs and things for this particular song, because there happens a lot in this song. It's like one of the most energetic songs we play live, and every time I was, oh, that was that took a lot of energy from me, but it's very cool. It has this teenager energy.
Yeah.
The song, and we released it in the fall, right? The same time when the school started, because that's the perfect timing to kind of remind people that hey, be nice to your mates in the school, or be nice to your mates in the working place or wherever.
Absolutely.
You know. So you know we can easily put our other people off, just checking them, and yeah. So I think the timing was just perfect like that, and then waiting for the daylight coming out the same time when the album actually comes out. I think that just made sense. And at the same token, it's fall, it's getting darker, nights are getting darker, and there's a kind of a different mood when it comes to fall than having a spring, for instance.
Absolutely, certainly does. Yeah. Do you still get that teenage kick?
I do.
Yeah, and you go up on stage and you're still that teenager, and you just think, tonight I'm gonna kick their ass.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm a 40-year-old woman in a 14-year-old girl's body. Another way around. 14-year-old girl in a 40-year-old woman's body. Or you figure it out.
It's not until the next morning you remember you're 40.
Yeah, it's good. I know it when I need to have a burrata. Let me charge my computer just a moment. Yeah.
That's okay, you carry on.
Yeah. Mikäs mä nyt saisin tän? Pakko tulla sinne, kun ei oo sähköä. Okay, it's a challenge. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, thank you.
Looks like I'm losing the power here. Okay. I might have to stand now because I don't have a chair. So, give me a second, Carrie.
That's all right.
Give me a second. Tuolla jossakin. Mä joudun tekemään tässä nyt. Onks tää? Onks sulla? Joo, saaks minä? Oh, my assistant will come with a chair. Fine. Carrie, I have to say, it's not always like this that we have to postpone it.
It's all rock and roll. It's all rock and roll. Rock and roll is chaotic and wonderful.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about the band that support you so well. Is it still the same band that you've had for years now, and they're still coming back on the road with you again?
Yeah. Well. Harri Taitanen, who plays Hammond and keyboards on the new album, he's been playing with me since 2008. And as he has a day job, and so he doesn't travel abroad, but he does studio work with me and comes occasionally to the shows.
Yeah.
So we have this long-term relationship in that way, which is beautiful. But then my drummer Erja Lyytinen and my bass player Tatu Back, they've been playing with me since 2017. Well, Tatu a bit longer. We did an Indian tour with Tatu earlier, and it started from there, and I'm really satisfied with them, and very happy to have such a solid, tight rhythm section.
Absolutely, it's what blues is all about.
And sometimes we do like power trio shows, so it's just guitar, drums
Mhm.
and bass, which is very cool as well. I like it. There's a lots of space for guitar, which we love.
Absolutely.
I love space guitar. That's what I can say. But yeah, and so yeah, it's good fun. And on this tour, actually, I have a Kasper Mortensson playing organ. On this, we're actually currently in Germany,
Oh, right.
and yeah, so on tour here.
Oh. Talking of guitars, are you what gear are you using at the moment? I'm going to get all geeky now and gearheady, because we do have our gearhead viewers as well.
Yes.
What gear are you using for your amps and stuff like that?
Actually, I've changed some of the stuff. I still have my twin board with me, full of
Yeah.
different pedals. I love sounds. I love being crazy with them, and they include a lot of different distortion pedals, modulation effects, wah-wah, whammy, you name it,
Hmm.
delays and such. And recently, I also added this Universal Audio Dream pedal to my
Yeah.
gear, and it's like a modeling pedal.
Yeah.
So with that, I can get a kind of a super reverb sound from any amp, and I simply love it. So that's what I've been using, and my amp actually now with me has been I've been using Mesa Boogie,
Oh,
the
nice.
head of Mesa Boogie. Yeah, I know it's a different than super reverb,
Mm.
and a Framus cabinet.
Ooh.
So, and then I have a bunch of guitars I got with me. I have a Eric Johnson Stratocaster from Fender, Tokai from 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course my dear GNL Assad Z3 semi-hollow Blue Sparkle
Mm.
guitar, which I've been playing since I don't know 2004, 5, and I've done all my international shows with it. And then I also have a new baby with me. It's made by Finnish luthier called Juha Ruokangas.
Right.
Ruokangas. That's his surname, and it's a kind of a prototype. He gave to me like Erja, go and try that. And he gave it to me in spring this year, and funnily, I really loved it. I mean, the neck, I loved it right away. I love the neck because it's quite thin.
Mm.
So suddenly I was playing differently, and I was playing a lot more advancing stuff. You can probably hear that on the album, and it kind of gave me an opportunity to widen my technical capabilities.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for 30 years, and now I'm like, oh shit, I should have had a smaller neck since day one. but then again, I still use different kind of necks and different kind of
course.
guitars, so that's kind of good. But yeah, it's a kind of a new baby, and I played most of the solos on the new album with that Ruokangas model.
It does have a more. It's got less of the kind of what I would think of as the Fender quack. It's less.
Yeah, it doesn't have that.
No,
power,
it's
but-
more. It's
no.
more the smooth Ibanez sign kind of smoothed
it.
out sound. It sounds
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's nice, definitely. And while making of the album, I did hear different parts, and I hear different sounding guitars. If I wanted to have a Fender rhythm guitar sound for some songs,
Yeah.
I Fender. Like for instance, the song called "Never Really Had You." I used Fender in there
Mm.
on the rhythm guitar part because I just felt that I need that tone.
Yeah. We're
So-
getting very guitar now, aren't we?
Yeah, besides, then you can have more guitars because you need more sounds, right? So
Absolutely.
It's
Never
more.
a girl can never have too many shoes and too many guitars.
Nobody said that.
if If you could give a piece of advice to any girl or boy out there who's just thinking about picking up the guitar and wants to learn blues, what would it be?
Listen to the music you love and try to play along with that. That's a good starting point.
It is, yeah.
But you need to know the basics.
Yeah,
that.
you've got to know the building blocks.
Yes.
And is there anything you'd love to want to say to your many fans throughout the world?
I simply want to thank you for the amazing feedback I've been receiving during this new album, Waiting for the Daylight. It's been just overwhelming, and we've been getting great reviews, and fan feedback has been just great, and I hope people will keep listening to the new album and keep coming to the shows.
They will.
So,
They will.
Yeah, so we'll get the music scene back to its speed.
Absolutely where it should be.
Yes.
Well, looking forward to seeing you back in the UK, Erja, and best of luck with the album and the tour. Safe travels.
Thank you, Carrie.
Bye-bye. Thanks for your time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Your last breath.